let's start then, shall we? So, last time, that is, yesterday, we have done some data import, at least started doing it, where we have made a CSV, that is comma separated value document. And from there, we are going to be pulling what we need, that is to create an inventory, dictionary actually. A dictionary of dictionaries, hopefully, where what will happen is we will be able to reference an ID to get all the data of that ID, and we can do that for items, we can do that for enemies, we can do that for enchantments, potions, whatever we desire. So that is hopefully going to be pretty useful. So we got, where was it, headers? So we have kind of initialized our dictionary like that. I don't think, I hope I'll be able to set arbitrary values there and not be locked with the type that I used for actually setting it up. So now we need to go through the file and fill it up. Also, what we need to do is we basically need, yes. Oh, hello, Luna. Welcome. What we need is to name, like, the first dictionary. Let me. So we have dictionary, and this dictionary, I think they're like this. This dictionary has keys, and the key is basically how you access whatever is inside that box. So this one will have keys that are like 1, 2, 3, which will be our IDs. And then that will be a dictionary with another dictionary. And inside this dictionary will be all our item data. And this way, we can actually yes indeed, some of the items can be mixed, maybe. And this way we can then just say, hey, I want an item number with ID 225, and we will then ask this dictionary, please give me the data for the item with the key of 225. Where? You can't just come and grammar Nazi me right at the start. At least say hello first, RAR4. It's nice to see you. Hello, how are you? Yes. So that is our plan to make this. What we could do potentially is where did I put it? Item data here, right? So when we are going through the file, we can be we can make a dictionary and add there like this. I think we could do it. Output. No, why are you typing there? Output is our dictionary, and we do how do we do it? Input is I. No. We need an indexer. And we need to start the IDs with you do not expect to have an item with ID 0, right? You're expecting that to be at least from like 1 to something, if not bigger numbers like 00006. So I'll do like that. Nope. Still var index is 0. This one. And then we do index. No. We step into it. We get index. I think it'll be like. Does it need to be a string? The key. Oh, let's be safe. And this should give us a dictionary that is just a key of 0 with key 1 that has 0 in it. Let's see. Yes, exactly. Everything is proceeding according to the plan. So now we just need to put the correct dictionary into it. And the correct dictionary has the keys that we have collected here. And the values that we have collected here. So we need to correctly assign into the... We need to use... Can we? No. We should... We need to duplicate the headers. We need to duplicate the headers and then assign into them the correct values. So for every, because we will need a new dictionary. So this is like the, let's say, input dictionary, which is headers duplicate, I think. Let's check it. Let's put it below print debug. Okay, so let's check it. Yes. Yes, exactly as we need. Very good. So now we need to fill the input dictionary. And then with the array correctly, which I'm not sure how I'll do, because I'll need to iterate through the keys and assign them as I should. Because I basically don't have an idea what is what in the code. Oh boy. I should be able to rely on the fact that if the file is correct, it will not happen that there are some missing values, but it can happen. I should be there for an enemy mob in the dungeon crawler. Do you have a picture of him? That is not hard to do. Though I don't think... types... what? DS... what? Hello, Henex. Oh, right. Yeah. I might... Look, if you want to be in there, I can use your head as a portrait sometime. Like a placeholder. You can give me anything. I'll probably just try to pixelate it. Or I can try to drawing you with the paint style that everything else is on. You know. Would you like to look like this? Or was I right? So okie dokie. Right, I need to what do I want? Right, I need to see iterating over dictionary. I kind of want to see if I can just grab like 0th key, first key, second key. No. I don't want to merge it. This is fine. That's the villas in the dictionary. That will just give me the values. I don't want the values. I think I'll need to actually declare in the I'll probably need to declare in the code the that doesn't sit right with me. Accessing first variable in dictionary. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. I should have checked this before. They do not have internal order. They're basically saved like randomly. So I will need to refer to those pieces by the headers. How will I do this? Huh. Oh. Okay. Here's an insane thought. As I'm iterating through the array that is giving me whatever I want, I will just assign for each header its position on the index. And then I can match now this is can I find which key is under which, like which value is assigned to which key? Then I could be like, hey, tell me what key is for 2. I'm trying to make a data table for my items. And I thought about using a dictionary of dictionaries, where the keys of the first dictionary would be the index numbers, and the dictionary itself would be the data. And then I could be like, hey, you know, I just need an armor class of this item, and I would already have the data named properly, and I would not have to rely on indexes. So if I don't know, shuffle the CSV or do some bullshit around, then I can always kind of be sure that at least if the header fits with my code, then I'm fine. Who wants me? No one important. Good. Right. So, okay. If I do that, run this. Yeah. Then I get this, which is beautiful. And now I basically need to be like, okay, this array has value, like this index is 0, and I need to put it here. Let's check it. Can I? Find key. This is our key to finding the key. So we are able to find the right key, and now that we are able to find the right key for the index, then we can assign into that key our value, and we will correctly assign each value as the headers, because the file, when it goes to the headers, it gives them the indexes under which the individual items are pulled in from the CSV in that order in the array. So that matches up, and that should make it work. I hope. Now just writing that down. So we do no, we want to do array at size because we want numbers. We don't want the individual. Okay, and now we do input dictionary find J. What? Oh no. Oh no. Did I misread the first time? Oh. I think it was this. Yeah. Yeah, that should be it. God damn it. And then we do I think And then we do like that. And we got it. We got it. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. Okie dokie. Now let me pull up data. Right. So let's try making a few more, just to see if this code works or not. To armor, what is it? Item 0, 5, 4, 1, 3, weapon, like 0, 0, 5, 4, something cool. Let's try what happens here. And item 4 or 4. Let's save it. Key file, yeah. Let's run it. We need to do this will rewrite it, so we need to basically append this with each iteration to why do you dislike it? What don't you like it? What don't you like there? Because it's Python. The syntax is Pythonish. That's why it reminds you of Java, I think. Look, the other option is C sharp. Not sure if I like that. Where am I? Right. So this is the while. And we need to do no, of course not. Actually, let me pull this up from the while just to make sure. Yeah. It always rewrites it. And the reason is very, very simple. The reason is I'm stupid. I have set myself, hey, put an indexer there, it's all perfectly, and then I do not increase the index at all. Now it works. Simple as that. C# is the least bad of the C's. Yeah, it is. I mean, C++ is the strongest still. And most versatile, I would say. And it's still in humans' capability of grasping. I wouldn't say that about C. Okay, we are done basically. That's it. That's our item database. I mean, we can basically use this code for virtually anything. This is really good. This is good stuff. Okay, let me just comment all of these debugs. I don't think we need them anymore. And just to check. No. Do this, do that. Data. Add data. Yep. Exactly. 4 items. Yep, we can get that. Yes, R1 PF in front of PF. Let's not talk about that. I honestly thought this will take me much longer to do. This is almost way too easy, and I am just starting to be worried. What did I miss? But then now we need to design the items themselves. All of these stats. Also, this, if I use it universally, and I have like one big table of all the items and they all have one ID, this will contain a lot of unused data. Because eventually they'll be like, hey, this weapon has some property that armor doesn't have, and also this potion has property that neither of those have, and all of that will need to exist in that one header. So they'll be like, hey, this is like a dictionary that is 40 values just like null or non-existent, or zeros, or whatever I'll use for the, hey, nothing is here. But I think that's a future me problem. And I will curse my past self for not taking better care of that. But I'll live at that for now. For now. Okay. Crap, now I don't know what to do. I screwed myself over. It's too fast. Yeah, I'll just need to remember this. I'll reuse it. Basically for everything else. Okay, I'm hearing you out. Shoot your shot. What if you did it the other way around? What do you mean? I could do that. But then I would have to remember to access the correct dictionary. Or if I was really insane, I would nest another dictionary above this and have like, hey, this is... I'm looking for items, okay? You're looking for items that are potions. And then you have an item dictionary with keys being like potions, armors, weapons. And under that would be the whole data table for all the items and all of the potions, all the armors, whatever you want. I don't know how far can you nest dictionaries before it goes insane. But yes, that's actually something that I might consider doing. Also, the possibility is to kind of truncate it, because the dictionary really doesn't need to be... I mean, yeah. I'm not trying to optimize right now. That is... I'm trying to make this work and at least not be a pain in the ass to input into the game. Right? So... now I know that I don't need to basically manually fill out every single item and their values. I can just go and make a table with like 20 of them. The players just need a better hardware. Preach. That's how we will solve everything. I mean, the AAA are doing that. Why couldn't we? All right, I just remembered what the bug is. That I need to solve, and I really don't want to. So what happens is, okay, I'll launch the host. I will launch the client. No, I need to launch the host, pick something up, and then join with the client. That is going to give my editor an aneurysm. I don't know why. I know I need to solve it, but I really don't want to be solving it. Not right now. It doesn't crash. So I'm deciding to willfully ignore it. At least for a bit. Right. Oh, hello there. Welcome, Mix. It is an honor to have you here. It's possible that Godot actually turns dictionaries into like pointer systems under the hood, but I don't know. Like the whole engine is written in C++, and there is probably a layer beneath my messy code that actually does some heavy lifting. I would need to research that. We basically just need to, for every item, we need to tell it what the ID is, and then it should be able to pull everything else. So we got this, and now we need to write a function. That looks some kind of the coding stuff. Yeah, I think this is coding. Yeah, it's Godot. Set stats. And we need to tell it where the item data is, which needs to go from the root. So it's like that. Where do I have you? Here. So it's already. Item data. And it is data, item data. No, like that. And like that, I think. Just so we can reach the properties. And we should name this something better than output, because this will be item dictionary. Sure. And here we do. So I mean, we'll be calling this function anyway, right? So we can do it right in here. Item dictionary is item, nope. It's item data, item dictionary. Okay. And we do right, we need to access the correct dictionary for further down, because now we have the key 1, key 2, key 3, key 3, key 4. So now we need to see the item ID and do that. So we need one more dictionary. And we do this. Nope. Item stat is item dictionary. Item ID. Right. Let's do a check. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, I'm not calling it, right? I'm not calling it. Of course I'm not calling it. There we go. Crap. Item data is null. Of course it is null, because of course I'm missing one node between. Much better. Yes. Correct. Because all of them that are added previously where do I have them? Here. In player. Yeah, I'm putting a few items without anything else here. I'm just naming them. Though would I this is the name of the node itself. But what I should do here is to, well, I'm not going to be using this much longer, hopefully. I like the item ID should be set here. Item ID is 1. Yeah. Okay, and now we do for this item, its item name is no, dictionary. What was it? Name. And item type is item type. Yeah, this is the part where I need to actually know how the headers are called in order to assign them to correct variables. There is a way how to do it without it if the actual data of the item were themselves a dictionary, and then you would just match the keys, and then when you read from the data you would ask for that specific thing, but then you need to ask about the specific thing in the code, and at some point it's just, you know, it's not too bad. Attack analysis. Ah. Here we go. And we do armor class is items the dictionary. Health bonus. There we go. Can I do this? Should be able to cast it as integer. From string. Hopefully that will not fuck me over, so to say. Not that, since we are not messing with them too much. Yep, that seemed to work. That seemed to have worked. they did. I see where the problem will be. Because the... Hey, where is my people? Your level should be full. Okay, fair. You know what? Okay, sure. Let's check this other guy. Players, you... Equipment. Right. The thing is, the equipment has a code that executes when the node enters, and the node has entered before I have actually changed its values, as far as I know. Though that doesn't seem right, right? Because I instantiate them, and this is where the ready is run. So it still should start with the right stuff, but just to be sure. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere fun. Not. I see. Okay, sure. You know, and if I delete this, will it still keep doing that? No, it loads. Fine. Okay, that was the problem. if I change this? I'll need to redo the whole equipment logic. I think I'm starting to see. Or maybe not. Why is it? It should be entering the tree, being added. Unless unshelled enter tree means like anywhere. So once this is instantiated, then it just does that. Like this happens here because can I do? I have not tried this, but do this. No, I can't. No, I can't. What to do, what to do? What the problem currently is, when I load in, my attack is 25 because I have 3 items that give me attack bonus each of 5. But item ID 2 has attack bonus of 0. So I shouldn't have any. But oh, sorry, I completely forgot to play it. Thank you. So the default item does have attack bonus of 5. So what happens in the equipment right now is that it gets initialized and the child enter tree is immediate. Yeah, that is sent, right? And it adds the attack bonus right away. Because if I change the default ID to 2, okay, now you are messing with me. I don't like this. Oh, right, because it's still defined here. And these apparently do not change. I mean, they should be 0 by default. Like, why do I have not default values? Should explore, yes. I have, let me check. One scene that I'm using with everything in it. I can throw it their way, yes. Okay, default item 0. Yes. Okay. But these are 2 now, right? Yeah, they do not. No. The ones. Something's wrong. That sounds like a plan. Yes. Especially if you have much more than me. Yeah, I just have one scene with all the sources. Oh no. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me. What ID is 1? Because, yeah, that's correct. It shows what it should have. You know what? No, I think this is correct actually. Almost. 30? Wow. That's a lot. Just to check this. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it is different. So the whole problem with the adding of stats correctly is here. I think it might be doing it too soon. Maybe if I just do set equip stats, I'll just try to defer it, like try to fire it the next frame. I'll do that. And then do or is it like this? I think so. No. Was this a text? No. Okay. And I think I need to know that. The argument. And it's working. I basically had to delay the adding of the values of the node that entered the tree, the frame after it entered the tree. Because before it was like, hey, I'm entering the tree with that, and it goes, okay, sure, you are default item. So that should do it. Okay, nice. Nice. Does it work on the client too? That's the big question. It's already fucked. I'm sorry. This is the server. Yes. It's important. You know, you have two basically identical windows. Why are you 19? You have initialized. Okay. Huh. Wait a second. That should be correct. this one is wrong. Excuse-moi. Why? Why you did this to me? You're supposed to be one and the same. Okay. Why are there... Those are the 3 initialized items that fall on the ground. Of course they are. Of course they are. Because those initialize with the value of 1. This one. So this is correct. This is correct. Holy moly. This one is wrong. Why are you wrong? Why do you have to be always wrong? These are correct items. But dude, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Wait a second. I have an idea. Okay, this one is correct. It's correct. Yes, yes. Okay. Whew. Nice. Good, good. It wasn't receiving from the server which ID it actually is. Hello there, I'm doing quite well. What about you? How are you? Welcome to the stream. That's correct. That's correct. Yes, yes. We're so back. And the calculation seems to be right also. Oh. I'm glad to hear that. It is in the very, very early stages. But you probably can guess what the inspiration is. Yeah. We all start somewhere. So, okay, that was the item sorted out. More or less. The only thing that really needs to be communicated is the ID, because according to that it takes all the stats and assigns them correctly. So we have our CSV with the items. Yeah. We might start doing that for the enemies too. And we can make an like data sheet for enemies. Okay, let's do it. Items, CSV. Let's add one more. Just going to do a quick meso files. Let's CSV. You can delete this one. And now, oh, thank God. Since it's empty, it didn't try making it into a translation, which is a good thing for us. And I hope it'll stay that way. Good. So we can do a new one. We could just, no, not duplicate. Yep. Let's do anime data. And we will attach a script. So that we can reach it. And now we'll do something that will earn me the ire of many a programmer. I'm just going to copy this and just rewrite it to refer to enemies. And hopefully, what are the stats of the enemies? Alright, we take that from the stats. Right. Unlike with the items, we have kept the stats separately. So it should be here. Yeah. I'll need to do a little retouch here too at some point. More than one. But let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Because the creature name should probably also be its stat, more or less. I mean, technically we don't need the stats node anymore, because our stats node is the data table that we have just created. So, what to do with this? This is what happens when you just start programming without proper designs. It's every time. Okay. Let's just for now do one more thing. Export variable creature ID and one. Okay. Why do we have this here? Versus null. Okay, sure. You don't like it. You don't like it. Okay, sure. So we do creature ID. We don't need to do it like that, right? Because we can do just ID name. For example, experience report. Because we need to put these. Do I have it in stats? The experience reward. Yeah, I do. Then I go. This will need a bit more cleaning up. A little bit. Just a little bit. But it's fine. For now, we'll just change the name according to the ID. So we need to hook this up. Let's data anime data. Right. And since we have this, we can do one small big bad one, 100 experience, 10 experience, and do 2 small. It's only for 5 experience, for example. Okay, good. Save it. Save that. Also, I should hide this. And on the other hand, check it here. Just to be sure that it loads it properly. Of course. There we go. As we wanted. Good stuff. Yeah, I'll probably not need the stats anymore, which is a little change of plans, but you know, we do what we do. Right, and we need to do the same thing as we did for. It's got a set name for now, but it's the same logic as we had with the item. And that will be, we need the anime data. Anime stats, yes, anime data of creature ID. No? Right. Cast a string. Then anime stats. We can do creature name is anime stats name, I think was it. Yes. And we do default 2 for now. And they should be, they're not. Because I'm not calling that function anywhere. Of course it's not changed. Classic. Hey. Key 2 on a base object node anime data. I see. Because I need the anime dictionary. then we do our yes, that should be it. Small worm. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Good. Okay, that means I will probably need to rewrite the whole anime stats because I just can get rid of them because I will be reading them from the table. And I just need to know about the ID, which is good. That's pretty good. Which also reminds me, I should probably add this here. Okay, small worm. What do you see? Yeah, I see a bunch of small worms. Oh, this is going to make my life so easy. I would like to make it more campaign-based, personally. Good roguelike requires a relatively decent ability to make procedural generation, which I think just putting on myself the task of making this a multiplayer game, thinking about additional complexity that is making good procedural generation is just, it's a daunting prospect. I'll be completely honest with you. I do admit that, you know, not being roguelike makes it much less replayable, most likely. But, I mean, one of the options that can make it like roguelike is to go back to the very old times and do an iron mode, or like what Baldur's Gate 3 did with honor mode. I don't think the game will be that big when I'm done with it. Like, I personally hope it will be, let's say, 10 to 20 hours. That's my optimistic take. So putting an Iron Man on that could possibly scratch that itch, but it's not the intention. So far. I think that having this kind of good data background that just allows me to make spreadsheets and fill them out, that will probably make it much easier. I'm thinking about, if I'm really lazy, I could use the, like, well, I'm not that lazy, to use Might and Magic 8's color coding for enemies. That's like, but even just thinking that every enemy can have like 3 types, 4 types maybe, and I can just put them into a sheet and be done with it and just load it when I need it. That's good stuff. What do we have here? Okay, we have our items, we have our enemies. What else do we do today? There's the whole question of the bug and the buildings. I do need to make a much better experience here. You know, just turning off your movement, locking that thing up. So when you actually exit, you don't go, hey, I want to exit, and suddenly you're looking somewhere else. It should probably pop you in front of the shop and just face you some direction. That's natural. A lot of these simple things around the buildings. Make a shop, make somewhere where you can heal. There's so much to do. Okay, yeah. I think I'll then add some more form of enchanting onto the items, and there will be like an enchanting table, as in data table. So I will be able to just tell the item, hey, you have ID of 5 and you have enchantment of ID 7 on you, and it will put that all together. That will add some more dimension to it all. And maybe make some of these a little bit more intelligent. Like, actually going after you if you shoot them. Oh boy. What I could do is... Right, it doesn't know any of them. I didn't want to open that. No. That's my UI. I wanted to open this thing. And what I could do is kind of just like take a few of these. Can I multi-select? No, I can't. Okay, sure. Never mind. Or is it just like that? Okay, sure. I just wanted to make another quick picture. I have not paid anything for Godot yet. I think I... Oh, hello. Do you want a ban? You have a ban. Enjoy. Yes, I think it is just free. I myself didn't pay anything. Let's make just so we can differentiate the two. Super angry. art. No. I will try to sort of dynamically assign the correct picture for the enemy. It's an open source project as far as I know, so people contribute to that. I don't think that there is any requirements or any licensing. Right, so an enemy. Now, how to tell it what is the correct sprite it should be using? And how to make it into a resource? Because I don't think this is actually... Is it actually saving all the layers? I actually don't know. Anyway, what's this? What's this kind of resource? Compressed texture 2D. So I'm thinking that what I should do is to have a folder with all of these compressed 2D textures, and then probably make another dictionary. Yeah, you know, I have a hammer that's called dictionary, and I'm just using it everywhere. But it sounds reasonable, is to have that. And probably have the keys tied to the IDs of the specific creatures. So basically, there will be something that says, okay, if you have ID of 5, use this texture for your sprite. Where will this bite me in the butt, so to say? If I ever change no. If I'm going to be changing the whole monster, I'll, like stats wise, I'm probably going to be touching the picture 2. I'm thinking it might be actually better to design this. Actually, at least, you know, make a little sketch and be like, hey, I need to do that here and then here. So I think that I might hold on to that, even though it was a nice thought. See, I had this brilliant idea that I'll come home today and I will do the afternoon stream that I was floating around. And then I realized I didn't prepare myself to do things that might be interesting, so... And things have worked better than I expected. Usually it's like, oh, now I'm going to spend 2 hours trying to find what I did wrong because everything is falling apart. And now it was like, okay, I'm done in 30 minutes and it works on a server and the client. Help. I mean, there is the big one when it's switching the map and persistence. But holy, those will be the hardest, I think. Because when I started this whole thing, I used a basic Godot tutorial for multiplayer, so I was like, yeah, nice. Server, client, all of that, beautiful. But the spawning of the players is tied to the map. And I need to decouple it. Basically need to be like, okay, currently how it works is you have the level. This level then spawns, you know, a thing. So if I run it, and check it, you see that there is the level, and in the level is my players. In this case, 1 player. What I want to do, so I can switch out this map in the level, I need to take those, put them aside somewhere in the loading time, loading screen, whatever, switch out the level and spawn them back in. Hopefully that will be possible. But it's another longer term thing to do. I have about 20 more minutes for today. So I'm just trying to figure out what would be a nice thing to quickly go through or sketch up or kind of work on in that little time. I will probably have longer sessions in the afternoons, but today is just a very spontaneous. Okay, so what happened? I do have the ability to switch because I have added a little switcher and it goes and crashes. Because there is a moment in which the player ceases to exist, and this still fires. So maybe what we could do, we could do this: export variable enemy ID int by default 1. And what I could do now is to go here and maybe get some more spawners around here-ish. And we can do 2. And I should have just changed it and then duplicate again. You'll live and learn. Nope. There we go. And we do enemy by default is 1. And hopefully that should result in these being big bed worms and these being small worms, which they're not. And we know what we'll do till the end of the stream. Of course they are. No, we are not going to be doing that till the end of the stream. Big bad worm, small worm. Yeah. So now we can actually set up the stats, not the visuals, the stats of enemy where we want them. And we can, what we could do is to have 2 types of spawners. We can have a random spawner or we can have a set spawner. The random spawner will be selecting from a selection of IDs. We should make a random table. That's something that will be needed at some point. Make like a logic for random tables. I'm going to add it to... That's not it. Huh. Yes, sure. It's true. Exists. Sort of. This has been really good progress. Yeah. This is still bad. This is still bad. But we want to get our random tables for loot and for enemies. We basically want to be able to kind of roll on which kind of enemy is there with what kind of chance. That should work out. And of course, having loot tables. We need to make chests at last. But for that we should have inventory. Oh boy. I think that the next time will be a lot of UI at some point. All right, and we need to Oh yeah, player enemies that should behave differently. Stats for enemies might not be needed with animated table. So we don't need to be assigning most of the creatures. We'll just draw from that table to be initialized. And since that table needs to be only created once, it is only the question of like accessing it. And also, just between you and me, since they are in a CSV, and that CSV will be part of the game, it will mean that the players themselves will be able to go and change that. So by adding the data table in form of CSV, this game is now moddable. Yeah, sort of. But yes, I think that will be it for this little short stream. I still need to get proper dinner and shower and all that, you know, human stuff. Yes, it has been a pleasure having you all here. I will bring you a dinner too. Soup. Goulash soup. Very good. Soup is good. Soups are great. I love them. So convenient. Can make a big pot of them and just enjoy. I think you too. It has been very nice. Actually, what is my friend doing? Is anyone here interested in Escape from Tarkov? I could raid a friend though. I will enjoy it. So what? Buying glams in the soup store? What is going on here? What are you doing, people? Okay. I am going to send you to my friend. He is doing Escape from Tarkov, which is something completely different. A shooter. So I don't know if you stay around, but I really want to try it, see what happens, and learn, because I keep forgetting. Where did I even start it? Does anyone know? Do I just do rate and the name? Help, please. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I know it will not be for all of you, but I want to surprise him. Okay. I will see you all soon. Have a lovely time.